Hi. Today, our objective is going to be to learn how to use the Nearpod Quick Lunch. One thing that's really fun in a classroom is when you are in the middle of a lesson and you have this idea that you think might work. And so instead of not being able to do something about it, now we have this great tool in Nearpod called Quick Lunch. So as you're thinking about using this, there are a couple of things that you need to know. Quick Launch lives right here in the corner. So you've logged into Nearpod, you're at your library, lesson library, and here is Quick Launch here. When I click on this, I have three different things that I can do here. The first one is an open-ended question. So if I click on this, it's going to open up a question and I'm going to type it here. You can see it has an RCE, so you can change the font size. You can add a timer if you need to make this a quick activity. You can add an image and then you can turn on or off student recordings. Sometimes it's helpful for those students who need a little bit of extra help to turn that on so that they can record their voice instead of type. So if my lesson was on nouns and I needed to see if my students could type a a sentence using a noun, I would say something like, what color is the apple? And so in this, I want the students to um, identify the noun. Okay, and I can make this much bigger. Um, and I can, bold it, I can do whatever. And then hopefully, if you've been talking about this in your class or you have a little thing, you could also add a little image or I can record the question if I want to. And then all I hit is Quick Launch. Once I've hit Quick Launch, you can see it takes just a second to download. It will give me a code. Quick Launch is meant to be done immediately, so it's not going to be something that you save for later, although you can, and I'm going to show you that here in just a second. I can let the kids join this really quickly, and then they can answer that question for me. If I'm not quite ready, I can just X out of here. It'll bring me up here, and then you can see that they're going to type their answer. That's the student view. As the teacher view, it looks like this, and then you can see which students have answered on your side. If I go back here to my Nearpod, it says, do you want to leave this session? You can resume it later and say yes. And then the cool thing is about a quick launch is it ends up in your library. If it was just for the day and you don't need it anymore, you can go ahead and delete it. But maybe you create a whole bunch of quick launch activities that you are going to share with your students throughout the year. You'll see that if I click Quick Launch, it's just going to come up with a new session or use the code from last time. These are all live participation activities, and so you can't have the students do them on their own. This is meant to be in person or with you at that moment. A few other things here. I do have a timer. So if we're doing an assignment and the kids are working on something or you're having them do some independent work, you can set a timer here. The other thing that is on here is a collaborate board. This is great just because collaboration is always important in the classroom. So you can do the columns, student options, media types. You can get that question up there really quick, hit Quick Launch, and you're ready to go. So I hope that you'll practice this with your students, and I hope that you will take some time to learn how to finish up a quick launch activity, and you'll be able to find those quick launch activities when you're ready for them in your class.